Alright, so let's go through this question. So this one is a transformation question, of course a bit of function as well. So the sketch shows part of the graph, right, fx, which passes through the point A, right, point B, point C, D, and E, as such. So of course they say a second function is being defined as gx to be 2f bracket x minus 1. So we are asked to calculate g0, g1, g2, and g3. Okay, so how do I actually do this? Very simple. First, maybe I write down the g first. So for example, right, g0. So because normally it's gx, right? So means you sub in 0 into all the x's. So means for example, this part is 0. Then of course, for the right hand side, right, 2f, then this 0 minus 1. So it's as good as saying 2f negative 1. But of course, I cannot just give them 2f negative 1 because they want a numerical value. So means I need to determine what is this f negative 1 bracket. So to determine the f negative 1, very simple. I need to go back to the very first part. Okay, the very first part, you'll notice that we are given the graph as such. So means I'll get y go to fx. So you sub in, for example, right, negative 1 you sub inside the x here, then 3 you sub inside here. So means, for example, right, let's do the first substitution first. So the first one is y equal to fx. So the 3 you sub inside the y, the negative 1 you sub inside the x. So meaning that f bracket negative 1, right, is actually equal to 3. So that's the meaning. Okay, then we also need to sub in. So for example, actually I can get the g0 because apparently, right, g0 is 2f bracket negative 1, and we know that f negative 1 is actually equal to 3, right? So just sub in 3. So this is 2 times 3, which is 6. So that is how we actually do the g0. Okay, let's determine g1. So g1, right, is here. So g1 is equal to 2f, so 1 minus 1, right, which is just 0. So it's 2f0. So I need to determine what is the numerical value of f0. Okay, so that's where I need to go back here as well. So apparently you can see that the coordinate b, right, 0, 2. So likewise, y equal to f x, right? So this one you put 2, this one you put 0, meaning that f0, right, is actually equal to 2. So just sub inside. So this one is 2. So 2 times 2, 4. Okay, so the next part will be g2. So g2, right, you sub inside the function first. 2f, 2 minus 1, right? So this will give you 2f, 2 minus 1 is just 1. So I need to determine what is the value of f1. So okay, this one I look at this coordinate c. So same thing. 0 equal to f1. Because you sub in 0 into the y, you sub in 1 into the x. So f1 is actually equal to 0. So means this thing is just 0. 2 times 0 is 0. And last but not least, g3. G3 is 2f. 3 minus 1 is 2, right? So 3 minus 1. So 2f2. So this value right here, I also need to determine what's the value of f bracket 2. So that's where I need to look at here. So for example, this one. So 1 equal to f bracket 2. So f2 is actually equal to 1 because I sub in 1 here, right? Then I sub in the 2 here. So this is here 2 and 1. So this is how we actually do the very first part. Okay, of course, I also maybe talk about the second part as well. So on the same axis, right, sketch the function gx. Okay, so remember the transformation I teach you. So it's actually tx. So the first is tx, translate x lah. Then after that, scale x, scale y. Then after that, ty. So obviously you can look at this, right? We have a scaling of y. So I got sy, right? I also have a translation of x. So I do the translation x first. So means if you look at the translation x, it's actually in the standard form. So means I need to translate towards the right hand side by 1 unit. So how do I do that? Okay, I do it step by step. For example, right, all the coordinates that you see here, you need to translate towards the right hand side by 1 unit. So means, okay, point is here. Then point D is here. Point C, I will say is here. So this is D. Then B also same thing is here. and A is right here. Then okay, then after that just then do a bit of labeling lah. So -3. Okay, maybe I use this point as well because I want to so-called connect. Something okay, so this is the translation towards the right hand side by 1 unit. So of course 2, right? 2, remember you want to multiply all the y coordinate by 2 units. So means for example, right, you look at A has a y coordinate. For example, I just label first. So A has a coordinate of 0, 3. So means you times 2 to the 3. So means you will get 0, 6. Okay, so like do so this is point A. Okay, likewise for B is the coordinate of B 1, 2. So it's 1, 4 now. Erase this first. Okay, 1, 4 is right here. So this is B. Okay, C 2, 0. Okay, so just 2, 0. Okay, then D is 3, 1, which is 3, 2. Okay, then last but not least E, right? Okay, E will be 4, 5, meaning 4, 10. So 4, 10 is around here. So it's out of range already. Then of course I use another one to help. So -2. Okay, -2, 0 times 2 is still -2, 0. So what you can actually do is like that. So for example, 3. So okay, all the blue color just erase. So with this, I just sketch for this. Yep. Yeah, so it's like that. So that's how you do the transformation.